Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to today's class. Ordinarily, we are supposed to have this class yesterday, but um, our resource person couldn't make it. And like I always tell you guys, the times that we fixed for these classes are not static. They are not rigid. They are flexible, and it has to work with basically the time of our resource person for each of the classes. So because like I told you guys yesterday, jokingly, I told you that when we were in Nigeria, whenever class will not good, lecturer will tell you it will not good, and it has to be the time of the lecturer that the class will good. But in most cases, whenever they say class will not hold, we're always happy because especially when it is class that they will give us tests, quiz at the end of the class, and some of us are not prepared for that quiz that day. So when the lecturer say the class will not hold, we'll also be happy, go home and go and rejoice. So this class was supposed to hold yesterday, but we decided to shift it today. So without wasting of any time, we have to bob into the class. But I need to welcome the speaker for today. And please join me to welcome our resource person for today's class, who is by name Samuel Chibuim Uche. So Samuel is a PhD candidate and graduate research assistant at Worcester Polytechnic Institute here in the United States of America. Massachusetts, this school is located at a place called Massachusetts here in the United States. And his work sits at the intersection of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and signal processing. His research applies AI to real-world health and behavioral problems, including using smartphones, sensor data, and machine learning models to detect impairment from different patterns. So he has also co-authored multiple peer-reviewed journals, and also in different. He has also co-authored multiple peer-review publications in journals such as IEEE, Access and Applied Sciences, Workplace, alongside researchers from both Worcester University and Brown University. Samuel brings both deep technical expertise and a passion for demystifying AI for newcomers. So we are very excited to have him here, share his knowledge today with us. Please join me and welcome our resource person for today, Samuel C. Uche. Give him a hand of applause, please. All right, Samuel, you have the floor now. You have the mic now, so spark.
All right. Thank you so much, Stanley, for that very wonderful introduction. And it's deeply an honor and a privilege to be here today to share knowledge, share resources and everything, right? I want to say a very huge thank you to Stanley and every other person who is a member of the Edu Free community for all the good works you guys are doing, especially in terms of promoting, a scholarly attitude amongst the African community. It's very commendable. Okay, and so I will go ahead to share my screen first. Okay, I'm going to allow that. I hope I could see my screen.
Yeah,
So
you can share the screen. I think I made you the
yeah, just let me. Can you guys see my screen?
yeah, it's coming up.
I don't think it will. So let me try to share another screen.
Okay, you're using double screen, right?
I think so. Let me see if I can share my entire desktop and see. It's showing right now, right?
Yes, it's up now.
Okay, cool. So let me see if I could use this to present. So I'm gonna make this guy smaller. Okay.
It's now up. Yeah, we can see everything.
Yeah, so I just want to see if I can share this in a present. All right. So we are up, everybody. So thank you again once more, Stanley, for that very great introduction. So we're here to learn today, and this is going to be very interactive so that anybody who has any question you want to ask, just Either you pen it down towards the end, we have the Q&A session, or you can always just, raise up your hand, interrupt me. And for me, this is a workshop because we want it to be hands-on. So just a quick background before I delve into the lesson properly. So if you check out in the early 90s, early 2000, or even way before that time, the workplace is structured in such a way that people usually have to meet at a very centralized or localized location. So basically, somebody comes up with a vision to build a company, and the individual secures a spot or a space, usually a land, and builds a structure on top of it, or you rent an office and then you hire people in different positions to come fill up your company to help you run it properly. So you can assume the position of a chief executive officer, a chief operational officer, a chief technical officer, as the case may be, and you hire other people to come in. So what usually happens, people wake up early in the morning, prepare, head to work, stay within that localized office location from 8 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. in the evening, or 9 in the morning to 5 p.m. in the evening, as the case may be. So some other companies, very little of them allowed people to work online, not to show up at work, but to work and communicate effectively with your team members or collaborate with them online. But in 2019, COVID hit. It was a very global hit and pandemic that brought the world to its knee, crushing almost every sector. So, in order to save and preserve the human race, they had to shut down a lot of operations, apart from the ones that are associated with emergencies, like the medical and some food industries as well. So, companies had to think creatively. How can we sustain production? How can we be able to utilize workers' productivity without getting them in a physical space? And that's why what we're learning here today is very, very important, because the world has gone from just gathering people in a physical spot to allowing people work and collaborate effectively online towards the same milestone, towards the same goal. So, but recently as well, after COVID-19, companies are now trying to hybridize this in the sense that some workers show up to work maybe from Monday to Wednesday, and from Thursday to Friday, they work online, trying to achieve the same layers of productivity, efficiency, and collaboration. So today, we want to learn about the remote digital workspace. The remote digital workspace. Our overall takeaway piece is, how can we learn to collaborate effectively from anywhere in the world? And so this workshop is going to be for 90 minutes, roughly 60 to 90 minutes to see what we can take out of it. So we're going to take a look at Google Workspace, Slack, Zoom, and some other cloud tools as well that some people use. These are some of the basic tools people use for effective collaboration in case workers work remotely. All right. All right. So, like I said earlier on, my name is Samuel Uche, and I'm a computer science PhD candidate from the Worcester Polytechnic Institute at Massachusetts, here in the United States. And like Stanley has already mentioned what my research area is, just in a nutshell, my research area is basically trying to use AI to tell if a person is drunk from the way they walk. So we use their smartphone to capture their walking data and then use AI tools, especially machine and deep learning, to tell if the individual is drunk or not, based on specific characteristics that we can find in their work data. And beyond that, I think that's where me and Stanley connected. I'm a very huge fan of giving back to Africa because it's our motherland. I have a mantra that science and technology is not complete until it could solve local problem for the local communities, sustained with local knowledge. And that's why whatever we do, we never forget home. Okay, and so on that premise, I have two nonprofits that I run back in Nigeria: Next Generation Technology Support Foundation and Brains Over Sexuality International. And so that's just like a brief summary of who I am. And so let's dive into what really brought us into this meeting today. All right, so we have a roadmap that we want to follow. This is going to ensure that we stay within a confined circumference and not gallivant from place to place. So by the end of this workshop today, we would have touched about the remote reality. We would have touched a little bit about the Google Workspace headquarters. We would have learned a little bit about Slack, what most teams use for their teams communications, and would have learned about Zoom, what most companies use for face-to-face, meetings and all of that. A lot of people growing up knew about, I think it was called Skype, but the COVID-19 gave the Zoom software or platform or company a very huge boost because almost all meetings were handled around Zoom as of 2019, early 2020. Then we're going to take a look at some of the workflows or the habits that are associated with remote work. And then my goal is that as we are going through this training today, you're going to be creating a portfolio because that's part of the end goal that we want to have so that you can be able to have like a portfolio for the program today. So we build, we screenshot, we document, and then we try to submit as well. All right. So like I said earlier on, by the end of this workshop, you should have a minimum mastery of Google Workspace for professional collaboration. You're going to be able to know how to use Slack professionally, learn about some how to create channels, the etiquettes, and some of the integrations as well. So mind you, some of the things we're going to be learning here today are some of the basic tools because my understanding is that this is not a training for people who may have been using some software tools for a long period of time, but there are more higher tools out there, but we just want to start with the basic to be able to carry everybody along. So we also want to learn how to, we should be able to have a mastery of how to facilitate effective structured Zoom meetings as well. Learn also how to integrate cloud tools and manage shared files and team communications effectively as well. All right. So the way I want us to work today is to work with scenarios because one thing we have learned, a very effective communication skills is storytelling. People forget facts very easily. People forget numbers very easily, but people rarely or seldom forget stories. So for us to be able to drive home what we want to learn today, we are going to be making use of scenarios. They're hypothetical in a way, but they show real life situations for people who work on remote jobs. So I want to introduce you all to Team Horizon. So this is a scenario we're going to play out for the next 60 to 90 minutes. So just imagine a bit that you are a new hire for a company that is domiciled in different portions of the world that can be found in Lagos, in London, Toronto, Canada. They don't have any physical office. A lot of companies are like that nowadays. No face-to-face onboarding. So you're a new hire. HR has sent you your offer letter, and it's time to onboard you. All right. So you have 90 minutes to get set up, to get connected, and to deliver your first collaborative output, all of them entirely remotely. So the product lead is in Lagos, the company's designer is in London, and the company's maybe software developer or product developer is in Toronto, and you are the new team member. So you know where you are right now. Some of you are from Ghana, some are from Gambia, some are from other portions of the world. Just you know where you are. But the goal is to be able to have some sort of synergy that these entire team members can work synchronously to be able to give heightened levels of productivity and collaboration and not suffer in any way. All right. But before we delve into our core work, let's understand the remote reality. So that remote work looks amazing. There's a couple of downsides to that as well. In fact, research has shown that about 57% of remote workers feel disconnected from their team members, especially for a new hire. You're working into a company where people already are a team and they're working on a project. You don't get to meet them in person because sometimes office work, you can just simply walk over to a person's cubicle or knock on a person's office when they are free to say, hey, I'm currently working on this particular code base, but I don't understand why the team used a dictionary over this. Would you mind pointing out to me? I think there's a bug in this code base, or I don't understand why we've not received this particular document from a client. But you are working remotely and everything is bound by time, right? So a lot of team members, especially new ones, get blown away by how how it's not so easy to walk into the team and all of that. About 57% of them feel that way. So about 43% of them miss information shared informally in physical offices. And about 62% of them struggle with unclear communication norms online. And you know, one cool thing that a lot of people miss about online work is that you must learn how to write. You know, writing is a skill that a lot of people look down on. Even when you're working in an office space, you might be able to communicate what you mean by your voice, but in online settings, most of the time, especially when you have spaces like Slack or you're writing or prepping documents, you would learn how to write. But we thank God that we have AI today that can sharpen your writing skills. So the problem is not that the companies don't have enough tools. The problem is not that the tools that they have is not enough or they need to buy new ones. The problem is that people don't know how to use these tools for effective communication or collaboration. So at the end of our training, we should be able to learn how to do proper communication, be able to know the right tools for the right peoples, and also understand the differences in async tools versus sync tools, and be able to have a shared digital workspace. All right. So this is just the most barest minimum of remote collaboration stack. There are a lot of other ones. For example, if you're a web developer, there are tools that people use. For example, as a software developer or as a computer scientist, you can make use of Discord. Computer scientists like the software called Discord. Some other people like to use Slack. We have Piazza for teachers and some other tools as well. Other people can make use of Canvas, as the case may be, depending. Schools have specific tools that people use for their work, but this is the most minimum one we can be able to use if you want to be able to achieve a remote collaboration stack. We have the Google Workspace, we have Slack channels or Slack, we have Zoom, then we have the Google Drive as well. So let's start from Google Workspace, which is basically your digital headquarters. So Google has this suite of softwares. So a lot of people think Google is just basically a search engine. They have a suite of programs or softwares that they can use. For example, Google owns YouTube. And if you want to be able to work on videos and upload them on their platforms, they have Google Docs. There are a couple of other things, other softwares that Google have. They have Meet for very lightweight video calls, as the case may be. So your ability to maximize these tools can help make you have seamless collaborations using the Google Workspace, right? So we have Gmail for email communications. The word async here means someone can send you an email by 8 a.m. in the morning. You were not obligated to respond at that 8 a.m. So the communication don't have to be instantaneous per se. So you can respond to the email by 10 a.m. when you see the email, even though it is encouraged in a working setting to respond to emails as soon as possible, especially if they are time sensitive, right? So that's what we mean by async communication. You don't have to communicate within the same time frame. Then we have Google Drive. So the beauty about Google Drive is that it helps to make information permanent. It's more like a centralized file storage and sharing location for people who do remote work. Then we have Google Docs that you can use to collaborate with individuals on writing in real time. We have Google Sheets where you can use to share data, track and report data. For some of you have used Google Excel sheets before. Then, of course, you have calendar. So the way the world is working right now, you wouldn't say you forgot an appointment. You could easily just make use of Google Calendar to put in a project, to put in a work, maybe a deadline for a project submission, and use it. We have Google Meet. It's a lighter version of Zoom. You can use it to make lightweight video calls. Another one people also use outside of Google Workspace is what we call Teams. A couple of companies use Teams to have meetings, scheduled team meetings between team members as well. All right. So one of the things, especially I'm a PhD researcher, sometimes naming and gathering and putting files together in a place can be a little bit of a Herculean task. For example, you're working on a manuscript for a paper, and you and your advisor and other collaborators on the project, we have to make edits on the work. So being able to keep track of those edits on the work and the naming convention, how to order them within 5 folders can be a little bit Herculean. You submitted a project. For some of us who are software developers, you make use of version 1, version 2, V3, V4, V5, as the case may be, you know. So naming convention or the structure of your Google Drive is also very important so that you don't mix things up. A lot of people have missed files because they didn't name them properly. Maybe you named it based on what your mind felt like it was okay at the moment. But having a consistent way of naming files is very, very, very important, right? So for instance, we have this shared drive here for Team Horizon, which we're going to create one very soon, has different projects that the team is working on. So we have projects O1, they have O2, which is basically all the assets that are needed for the product design. We have O3, where all the notes associated with their team meetings are kept in. Then we have archive. Maybe these are projects that the team worked on and they have finished and finalized the product, and then they will archive it because it's not the current project the team is working on. So if you go into projects folder, you are going to have a project brief, which is a file. We have a status tracker that keeps track of who is doing what and what timeline. What is the progress of that given work, right? So this is like a very sound way of having a shared drive that captures all the things that the team is working on. For naming convention, I hope nobody's asking me a question because I can't see my. Is anybody asking a question?
I don't think we have question yet.
Okay, okay.
So just continue. If I see any question, I will let you know.
Okay, amazing. So file naming convention is also very important, right? When we start the project, I'm going to show you, we're going to name files differently, and you all will tell me which one is a better way of naming the file. For example, a nice way to name a file could be starting with the day that the file was created, the name of the file, which should be a little bit descriptive to say what the file is doing, and then the file extension name. This .docs is what we call file extension name. It's basically saying that this thing is a Word document or a Google Docs document, right? So another thing that we also need to know is that the way we're going to structure this work, you wouldn't have to share um, files over email for a couple of reasons. Number one, for security. For example, if you're working in a bank sector, where you have the name of a customer, the customer's social security number, the customer's total amount of money in their account, and you mistakenly share that kind of file over email, somebody can hack into the recipient's email address and capture the file. By capturing the file, they have access to the person's BVN, that's a better word, or national identity number, or social security number. And then they know the person's total amount of money in their account. They can track them, they can profile them to know where their businesses are. Because whenever you want to set up a bank account, banks usually collect your personal details. In fact, a person can sue you if their documents get leaked or you mistakenly sell, not mistakenly or intentionally sell their bio data to another company. They can sue you. Recently, I got an email about a lawsuit from a company called Fiton that allow people to record videos of them working out. So it was as though the company sold that their videos to a third company, maybe an AI company that needs to train on it. And then they found out and they sued the company. So they're asking me to put my name on the lawsuit so that they will pay me a certain amount of money. I checked, I never used the app, so I didn't want to include myself in that place. So that's how delicate the word is. So they can hack that email and steal your details, the details of the customer, and they are definitely going to sue you. If they lose money, you're going to pay it back. So what do you do instead? You don't share files over email. You share a drive link instead. Even though that one in itself is not totally safe, because anybody that has access to that drive with some certain kinds of permissions can be able to tweak that given drive and have access to the file. The only difference is that the person will have to work harder as compared to someone who had access to the email address. So another thing that we're going to do is to learn how to set permissions right to a document. We'll learn how to use shared drives and folders as well. Okay. All right. So Google Docs. A couple of you on the call may also know about Google Docs, but just to briefly breeze over it. So there are a couple of things you can do that can help facilitate real-time collaboration on Google Docs. So you can be able to leave comments and suggestions on a work. For instance, I'm writing codes and I'm trying to make a documentation on the code. And a senior software developer looks at my work and sees that maybe the kind of documentation I left on the code is a little bit unclear. For instance, I said, okay, I'm importing sklearn or I'm importing NumPy as MP or PD. So a senior software developer could say, don't you think we can use a much higher or much better API call instead of the ones that you're trying to call in on some of the libraries or packages you're calling in? And they can tag me and I will be able to see it and respond to the comments or the suggestions that they've made and I will resolve the issue that it has been resolved. And then I close the document, right? You can also version Google Docs to say, okay, well, initially the team started out with this Google Docs and they improved on it. And then there's a newer version so that you don't have to delete previous files or overwrite previous files. You simply create new versions of the files. You also can add permissions to the document. For instance, if I'm working with a team of developers to create a product, they can give me a viewing permission, or they can give me an editing permission, or a commenting permission, as the case may be. Suggesting modes. Suggesting mode basically allows you to track changes that are made in the document over time. You can also enable notifications on the document in case if someone joins the document or someone opens the document to the computer, you can get notified about it. Right? You can also assign action items to a person about work done on the document. All right, so I have spoken a lot, and that was not my original plan. So I want us to do something now. I had to minimize. If you have a computer open and you have access to the internet, so we're gonna do something right now. Okay, so we're going to create our first Google. We're gonna create our first Google Workspace. So because Google Workspace looks like it's something that is paid for. We're going to make use of what we have. You're going to make use of your own. You're going to make use of your own Google Drive for what we're about to do today. So I want us to open to if you have a Gmail account, just type in a reaction on the comment section. I don't know why I can't see everybody. Okay.
And if you have your okay, they are saying yes. I can see their comments on the session.
Okay, amazing, amazing. All right. So I'm assuming that these are the people who have a Gmail account. I assume everybody should be able to have a Gmail account. So I want us to head over to, let me just drop the link. This should be so we're gonna go over to drive.google.com.
You can drop the link in the comment section for them.
Yeah, that's what I just did now. So we're gonna head over to Google drive.google.com. Normally, we're supposed to have like a Google Workspace setup, but it looks like it's a paid opportunity. So we're going to just simply make use of our Google Drive for that. So if you head over to drive.google.com,
You know what? Uche, you know
yeah,
what will happen? Is there anything on the screen that you're sharing now that you would need? Otherwise, might probably share my screen as you say it. I'm doing it practically, and they are seeing it on my screen.
okay. So yeah, I think we can do that. Can they still see my screen now?
Yes.
Amazing. So we head over to drive.google.com. So let's just use it from here. So we can
So
create
as
this.
you're doing it, they are looking at you and doing what you're doing.
Exactly. So this is drive.google drive.google.com. This is basically my homepage as you're seeing it. The reason why I have access to this is because this is my organization's Gmail address. So it's my organization's Gmail address. So before we just dive into it a little bit, I don't know, a couple of us may not have used this before. So I'm just going to assume, just to ensure that everybody has the same knowledge about what we're doing. So this is just basically like your Drive homepage. Like we said earlier on, Drive is a place where you can make information permanent. Any files you created is stored here permanently. We are supposed to use a corporate Google Workspace account, but we don't have access to that, so we can make use of this one yourself. So you can see here, I already created Team Horizon when I was just playing around with it for the sake of our training today. But I'm gonna delete it and I'm gonna create something afresh, right? So this is basically your Google Drive homepage. You have your home, you have this plus button here in case if you want to upload a file from your local computer into the drive. You see, you can be able to create new projects. You have Google Docs, you have Google Sheets. If you want to create a spreadsheet, maybe to track a company's budget or something of that nature. If you want to make a presentation, you could create Google Slides. You can make a video with Google Vids. You can also create a form using Google Forms. So it's a workspace in itself. Let's say, for example, you want to create a Google form to track satisfaction in the workplace by your team members. You can create the form, you can create a blank form. You can even create a quiz, right? You can you can do drawings, you can use maps, you have Google Sites as the case may be. So it's a whole lot of them. If you don't want to use this side of things, you can also click here. These are some of the Google apps as well. This is my account. This is the Google Drive where we're in. If you want to go check your email, you can click on Gmail. You want to visit YouTube, all of these things are owned by Google. Then we have Google Gemini. Gemini is a large learning model that Google created that can do a lot of things for you, from image creation to creating text. You can give it some text and it will create an image for you. That's part of the things that Google Gemini can do. Or you can give it an image, it will create a text out of it. It's called image to text creation, or text to image creation, as the case may be. You have Google Maps, you have search, you have calendar, you have news. There are a lot of them. You also have Google Meet. You can translate. A client sends you a document in Chinese, you translate it to English or Spain or Spanish, as the case may be. We have Google Sheets as and a couple of other things as well, if you can see. So maybe at your own leisure, you can take time to go through every one of them. So the first thing we want to do right now is we want to create a new folder. There are a lot of ways we can do it. So I'm going to show you two of those ways to create it. So you can go here and create a folder. This folder we want to create now will serve as our team project folder. So this is the one I created before, but I'm going to go ahead to delete it. Okay, let's go back to home. So let's make a new folder called, let's call it okay, let's call it Horizon Project. So you click on create to create it. So it has created the Horizon project in itself. So we click on it to go into it. So remember from our work here, we have created a drive called, you can call yours Team Horizon, or you can call it Horizon Project hyphen with your name. And I don't think I did that. So I'm going to rename it so that you show that I'm the one that created it. So this is Samuel Uche. You click OK. Let me do that again. I've already named it before. You just simply head over here. You click on it. You click
So
on rename.
Uche, wait, as he's doing this, I would want you guys to follow up in doing this on your own part, so that if there is anything he did, you didn't understand how he did it, you can call him back to it. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So what I did initially was I clicked on create new folder. And when I clicked on create new folder, it brought out this. I named it Horizon Project Samuel Uche. You can always change the name at any time. So you can just simply click here and go to rename and change whatever name you want to change it. So that's basically what I did here. Now, this is our overall project folder, right? We want to create 3 extra folders for specific parts of the project. So now if you can see, this is my home page and I went into the project that we're working on. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another folder. This particular folder, I'm going to call it O1 project. You click on create. We have the first project. I go again. I click a second folder. I'm going to call it O2. This particular folder is going to house all our meetings, all the meetings that are associated around Horizon project. I click on create as a second folder. We create a third folder. What's the name? The name is O3 resources. I click on create. So inside our shared workspace, normally this is supposed to be shared spaces, but because we don't have access to it, I used my own personal drive. So we have this my horizon. Sorry, we have this our shared space. Then I created a project we're working on called Horizon Project with my name. So because I'm the team lead or thereabout, I added my name to it. Then within this project, we made 3 folders. The folder one will be where we carry all the project associated with the Horizon project. Or to make this thing much better, let's rename this to Team Horizon because that makes a lot of sense. Let's call it Team Horizon. I hope it will not tell me I have another name. Oh, amazing. So it's more better because this is our team and these are the projects that we're working on. These are all the meetings that we're going to have and all the resources the team share together. Again, the name of the drive is called Team Horizon, but I'm the team lead, Samuel Uche. And then these are all the projects we're going to work on together. These are all our meetings. And then this is going to be all our resources. So what I want to do is we want to create our first project brief. I zoom into this project folder here. I click on plus here to open a new file. I want to create a new file called project brief. So I click on blank document. I click on blank document. And this blank document opens a new folder for me. Opens a new. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see the new document I created? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
Yes, we can
amazing.
see it.
Okay, okay, cool. So now you hover over to this place. The name there is called Untitled Document. So I can click on it to delete it. Now, because I want to name it something, so let me find the name that I want to give to the document. Let me look for a very good name. You can name yours anything you want to name it. So let me see. Okay, now I want to call this project brief. So the reason why I'm naming it project brief is that this particular document is going to tell everybody who is part of this team what project we are working on. What is the project all about, right? So you see, I just clicked over here and I can highlight over it and I can delete it and rename it whatever I want to name it. Or you can go through file, click on rename to rename the file, whatever you want to rename it. There are a lot of ways to do it, right? And you can see that the file is inside O1 projects. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to write the name of the project, right? So this is the name of the project is Team Horizon Digital Campaign. So that anybody who sees this project brief document, we know what the project is all about. And okay, yeah, campaign. So what is the goal of the project? We want to make sure it is that as professional as possible. So the goal of the project is to launch a remote first marketing campaign. Okay, sorry. Okay, campaign by Q2. So Q2 is basically the second quarter of the year. And so what are the key deliverables we want to have for this project? These are the key deliverables I want to have for the project. We want to be able to have a campaign brief, document shared with all team members. Okay. And then you write the owner of the document is Samuel Uche because I'm the one who created the document. So we have made a project brief, and then we didn't just want to start typing things into it. We have to let people know what this document is all about. Because a new person will join your team and they don't know what you guys discussed in your previous meeting. But by the time during onboarding process, you open up this project brief document for them and they say, okay, well, this is Team Horizon's digital campaign. And our goal is to be able to launch a remote first marketing campaign by Q2. Q2 is a slang for the second quarter of the year, usually starting from April, May, June. That's Q2. Oh, is that right? Quarter is 4, right?
Yes.
Yes, starting from, yeah, I'm correct, April. Yeah, April, May, June, July. So key deliverables are the campaign brief. So at the end, what is the aim that we want to achieve? What is it that we want to have as a tangible result from this thing that we are doing? So at the end of working on this document, this is going to be a document that I can share with all the team members to understand more about the project. That's the key deliverable. And the reason for that is so that we don't come to meetings, talk, and just go home. What are we doing? What are the actionable plans? And then I'm the owner of this work, right? So because you're working with Google Drive, you see it was saving. Anytime you make any small edit, it's saving it here for you. You can see it's saving. It's auto save. You don't have to manually save it. It's auto saved for you, right? So here are some of the things that we want to take a look at that will help for collaboration. Some of the things that will help for collaboration. Okay, give me this guy. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Sorry, give me a minute. I'm trying to make sure that okay, amazing. All right. All right, I've already explained to us. Okay, so let's say this. Uh, Now let's look at how to share this document with team members. Let me show you how you can share this document with team members. So if you go over here, you could see share. Because I'm the owner of the document, it is private to only me. Only me can have access to this document. So I click on the document. I can copy this link, the link to this given particular document, and share it with my team members, maybe over email. But what I want to do is I want to invite them to the project. So I click on share, right? I can add people. So I will use my own email address. I will invite another of my email address to the project. I'll click on it. And you click down here to assign permission rights. Maybe I just want Samuel to come view this project. He can't edit it. The project will be read only for him. He doesn't have writing permissions to the project. Here, he can comment on the project. He might not be able to edit the project, but he has the right to comment. Or maybe he read something he didn't understand. He will make a comment that will bring my attention to the document, or I'll make him an editor. Because he's a team member, I want to make him an editor. So I can send him a message. I can say, "Hi, Samuel. I am inviting you to the project as an editor to help revise our marketing plans for the Q2 campaign." And then I click send. I can click on send, or I click on this link here to copy the link to send to Samuel. But I'm just going to go ahead and to click send. So it has sent and also have updated the access. Originally, the link was private to me, but now it has been shared with one person. So let's say again that this project brief document. So let's just simply write. Let's just put something. Let's just write something inside this document so that you can see how to create comments in the document and all of that. So let's see. Um, I don't know if I can use anybody's email address, but okay. I don't even know if you are seeing me or not, but let's move ahead. Okay. So now this is our project brief document. So okay, I could easily say the document. Oh, okay. Let me invite one or two persons to my document. I could see a couple of email addresses here. Can I even copy this email address? Okay, yeah, I copy it. So let me invite them. Oh, I'm glad I saw it. So let me invite. I don't
Maybe
know who.
I was so maybe if someone one of them can share their email, then you invite the person to.
Yeah, they just did now. So I have turbo email. So I can even invite multiple people to the work. So we have Chidinma Chikwendo and Turbo 4 Engine. Whoever owns Turbo 4 Engine, that's not a very great email address in a workplace. That's not a
Yes,
very great
it has
email
to be
address
your
in a
name.
workplace. Yeah. Okay, so let me also invite Abba Sunday to the work. So you guys are gonna receive an invitation email. So all of them, I'm going to notify you all to be editors on the work. So let me also do this work. I said, "Hi, Tobu," because I don't know your name, Chidima, and Sunday. I'm inviting you to the project brief document as editors. I can just say thank you. In the case, maybe you say thank you. All right.
Uche,
Yes.
yeah, add my email to that. Let me add my email to that.
Okay. Have you do I
Sending
have
you
your
my
email?
email now.
Okay. We are through WhatsApp or
Yeah,
okay.
use this my Gmail.
Okay, amazing. So I'm gonna add it. So this is it. And Stanley. So I can just maybe team lead to make it look okay. So I send it to you all. You are going to have received the email addresses right now. So you see, the beautiful thing about this online workspace is that it has updated it that it was shared with 5 people. So now these are some of the things I just want to say. The document provides an oversight to our campaign project for Q2, right? So for instance, I could just say that Stanley is the marketing direct, the marketing, marketing oversight. I'm assigning the role, marketing oversight. Sunday is budget oversight for the campaign. And Turbo is in charge of customer recruitment for this given project or campaign we're trying to work on. That's the project brief, right? I can leave it inside this document, or I can make a new document. So it's much better. Let me make a new document so that I can also show you what we're seeing. So now we are done with this given project here. So let's head back to our new oh, okay, but okay, it's okay. Let's just use this document as well. We can use this document because I have invited you all to this given document here. All right. So I missed something. Let's go back and do it here. Okay, I can't do it here. Let me see if I can invite you all here and say, okay, so let me use the good documents to do it. All right. So now see what I can do here. See what I can do here now. I can use an art and invite Stanley. Do I have Stan here? How was the email address you gave to me again, Stan? Okay, let me use Sunday's
That
own. Because Sunday's
Peter
own.
Peter Stan 321.
Oh, okay, yeah, no wonder I wasn't able to see it. So we have Peter Stan.
321.
So yep. So I'm doing it so that they will get notified that they were mentioned on the document, right? So this is Sunday, and so I'm going to mention that because if you don't do it like this, they have been invited in the project, but they don't know that I have assigned roles or tasks for them on the work, right? I don't know if I actually got it right. So this is Sunday. I thought I saw that. Oh, sorry. Uh, Sun. So Abba Sunday. Okay, then I can have Tobu now, right? So this is how I'm tracking who we gave what to. I'm going to show us another way of also tracking what we're doing, but I'm doing all of them inside one document. I'm supposed to split it, but because of time and the fact that I've already invited you all to the project. So let's say for instance, right now, that okay, I would want maybe Sunday Abba or somebody else. I'm going to show you, and then I want someone else to leave a comment. So what I want to do right now is I want to add a comment. Or this is basically all the comment that we have here, right? Um, so now I want to show how I can also keep notifications on the document, right? So see something. Remember that I notified Stanley and I notified S Abba and Turbo Engine to this work. So I want to know when they will respond to some of the things that are going on here, right? So these are notification settings. So I will be notified of all new comment activities, right? I can also decide to say, for instance, we have for comments, we have for edits. So because I'm the team lead, I would want to know when someone changed or made changes to the document because they are all editors. They can change things in the document. So I want to be notified about this given plan. So I have two notification settings here. I have notification for all the comment activities on the document because I'm the team lead. For somebody like Stanley, Stanley can say, I want to be notified of all the at mentioned. Remember, I mentioned Stanley by using at Peter Stan 312, right? So, but I want to see all the whole changes to the document. So I click on notification, I click on OK. So Google will notify me anytime any changes is made in the document. I want someone to make a change on the document. Anybody just type something on the document somewhere. The people that have added to the document. Okay. So you see, Chidinma added a new document, a new comment, and it showed new here. Right? It showed new here. The comment will remain here, and you see that I have a new comment here. It shows me all the comments, and it's popped on this particular sidebar. So for me to resolve it, I'll just simply, I can respond to her. So I can say at Chidima soonest. I'll click on reply. I've replied her, right? And then I can go ahead and click on resolved. What did I do? I replied her, and then I'll go ahead and click on resolved. I have resolved the issue, meaning that the comment has been resolved. I have resolved it. Right? So I could see that people are making changes, people are making comments on the work. Right? So on Motor Show, Jeffat says, I really like this project. Right? So this is the work, this is what he did. There are two more things I wanted to also add that can also help, that can help. Right? So if you look very well, you can see that both of us are talking and responding. She wrote something, I responded in real time. And she also responded with due thanks, right? So another thing that we can also do here is I wanted to see, okay, so I can close this here. Let's see how I can, I want to create a new suggestion. Let me see where I did that. I wanted to create a new suggestion, something we call suggestion where you can try. Oh, amazing. So if you see here, let me remove this. Once you hover around towards the edge of this giving box here, you're going to see add a new comment. So I want to add a comment specifically for Stanley. I want to say at Stanley, how is the team budgeting coming up? So, but I have to tag his email address because I added him to the work. Peter. Oh, well, why is his email address not showing? I don't know why. Let me use Abba Sunday. What did I assign to him? Budget. Okay, that's even correct. How is it coming up? So you see what's going on? I will assign this specific comment to Sunday. I will assign the workspace will go ahead and send a notification to Sunday. Right? You see what happened right now? I made a specific comment and assigned it to Sunday Abba. It will send a specific notification to him to see it. There's another thing here too that is called suggest edits. What this one does is that it's going to be keeping track of all the changes that is on the document. So I can come to Sunday here. I could say, I am thinking that we should reach out to EFCC for proper tax, or let me use FIRC for proper tax documentation for the grants we got for this project. Is a suggestion. Right? I'm the one making a suggestion, but I'm making it to Stanley. So I can add an art here for him. This is for Stanley. No, not Stan, Abba. Yes, Abba. So it's up to him to accept the suggestion that I'm making to him. he can look at to see that the color changed to green. I'm thinking that we should reach out to Federal Inland Revenue Service in Nigeria to to be able to work on our tax document for the grant we got for this work. And I'm thinking that this is what I'm thinking, but he has the right to accept the suggestion or not. Okay. So that's just basically some of the things you can do around this giving. This is just for Google. There are a lot of things you can do, a lot, so much, but I just focused on the collaborative part. So I can even here, I can come here and write customer satisfaction. Okay, I'm still suggesting. So let me see. Okay. So I can say at Chidima. I don't know how if I got the email address. So would you mind taking up the would you mind creating a customer satisfaction survey for Q1? So Chidima was asking me for a task, and I something came up, and I started suggesting to her to be able to take the role of a customer satisfaction survey, right? So we have worked a lot on this. You can see that I have a new comment here, and was this one. I can click on resolved, right? Now we have done a couple of things on this work. I just want to show us another thing here that we can um that we can that we can work on. So let's create a new, like a slide Google form. Maybe what Chidima can easily do. I asked her to create a form. Let's just see what she can, maybe a form that she can create. This is Google Forms. Maybe she wants to ask the people who used our services, do they like what they had, what was happened? So this is a form description. So we can come here and write customer satisfaction survey form Q1, right? Oh, sorry, that's the name of the form instead. That's the name of the form. Customer satisfaction survey. Customer satisfaction survey Q1. And um this I don't this form. So keeping it small. So this is the first question we want to ask. We want to say it, what is your name? Customer tells you your name. So we want it to be a short answer. Okay, we can leave it the way it is. So it's going to be a short answer, right? And it must have to be required. So we'll say the person cannot move over to the next portion of the form if they don't answer the question. So the second question we want to create is
There is, okay, maybe there is something somebody asked here. I don't know if it's, he said, and he's part of the person that you shared this link with. He said, I noticed
okay.
something. I can accept a suggestion even though it wasn't tagged to my email? Is it because I was invited as an editor? So look at
Once you
this, look
have,
at the chat, you see
yes,
his question.
yes. So now, because of the permission rights that was given to you, if you are just viewing it, you can't do anything on the document. So the reason why we tax people specifically is because number one, we are all a team, and I've given you all the same permissions and rights as every other person in the team. So you can accept a suggestion. But the reason why we tax someone specifically so that like the budgeting is to Sunday Abba. He's the one who knows what we're doing with the budget. So it's not your own stuff, even though you can accept it. That's why I tagged him specifically into the project or work. Does that make sense? Okay. So
Yeah.
now we
Does that make sense to you, Sunday Abba?
uh,
Yes, I understand now. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
you're welcome.
All right.
What is your name? If can you guys see something? When I clicked on required, this star here appeared. This red star here appeared because I used required. If I remove it, it will go off. So the person can skip this question. But once I clicked on required, the individual cannot skip the question. We're going to see it when we publish it, right? So the second question could be how old are you? I'm just using a hypothetical situation. How old are you? So the individual will have to give us let the individual just give us a short answer. Individual give us a short answer. Or let's rewrite the question. Date of birth. So the individual will give me, I will use a date, and it has to be date, month, day, and year, right? And it's required. I will click on this place to add another question. And the question could be, how long have you been our client? So the individual can give us another short answer. Okay, I can use a drop down. I can use a drop down, and that drop down is going to be 0 to 5 years. We can have 5 to 10 years. Option 3, we can have 10 to 15 years. Option 4, oh wow, why is it not showing up? Okay, cool. The last option, more than 15 years. And it's required. Remember that the goal is a customer satisfaction survey. So you have to give them an opportunity to rate your services. So I'll create another one here that will be okay. So let me make another one. Which of our services do you use? Do you use? So it's going to be okay. Well, yeah. So we're going to use a checkbox that can allow them. Some people. So let's for example, I'm a bakery company. Somebody can be buying our bread, can be buying our buns. Somebody can be buying our donut. The person can buy our puff puff. So which of our services do you use? I use political campaign. I'm just making up this situation. Political campaign services. It could be social media management. We could also have what else? What else can we have? We can have mobilization. We can have oh, TV, what's the word? TV publicity. Let's use that. I'm just saying. And then add order. So the person will now type it for you. And the individual, it is required because we want to know. So the reason why we're using checkbox is that the individual can use multiple of this. It doesn't have to be one answer. And then finally, for the sake of time, we want to say, can you rate our services? So let's see if we can use rating, right? So you see how we're doing it? Highest is 5, or you can make it a 10 rating, or you can use 8. But usually most people use 1 to 5. Some people use 1 to 10. I think 10 is usually the maximum, right? And then you can use a star, you can use love, you can use like. Usually people make use of stars. How would you rate our services? I can finally add leave any suggestions for us to improve our services. So this one is more like a paragraph, and the person can answer long questions. We're going to make it optional because oh my God. We're going to make it optional because we don't want to make it compulsory that you must have to type something for us. So if you have any suggestions for us, you can give us another one. So we're not going to use required, right? So we can publish this. This is basically how it's going to look. This is basically how it's going to look, right? We have created a single form for the customer satisfaction survey form that I asked Chidima to create for us. So we can click on publish, right? So this is how the responses are supposed to be. You can track the responses that people have given on the form. You can even link it to Sheets so that it creates a sheet. But we might not have time to do that now, right? You can make it a quiz, right? You can have you manage how the responses are collected and protected, but this is just basic. So we can click on, let me see what this one is. Okay. So done. So I can publish the form. Okay. So let me add my team members again. This is Peter Stan. I'm adding them to it so that they can see. I'm adding Sunday Abba. I'm adding Chidima, and I'm adding Turbo Engine, right? So they can make edits or they can respond to the survey, but I'm going to leave them as survey and I'll share it to them, right? So then I will publish the form. So these are the people that I'm publishing the form for them to see, right? So, or I can simply anyone with the link can respond to the form. Then I publish and notify. It will notify all of these people that it has been published, and then this is the link. So if I add the link to our Zoom, how would I even know? Oh, I changed it. How would I even know? I'm trying to find where to drop this thing to the comment box. Can somebody drop a message in the box so that I can? Can somebody drop a message in the box? Okay, yeah, I just saw it now. Okay, cool. So I want to share the link with you so that you all can respond to the survey. So it's not difficult to do. You can see it. I've added the link. If I want to make this thing much better, I can go to bit.ly. This is bit.ly. I can go to bit.ly and shorten the link, right? So for example, I can drop the link here. This is the link, and I can get a free link. it will shorten it for me, or you can create a QR code. I want us to do that together now. So I hope they're going to ask me to sign up. Yep, I knew that. So let me go over to my all right, so let me stop sharing. So let me go to my own bit link. This is my bit link. Come on. Yep. So I want to create a link. So this is my link. I want to see if I can customize the name. Let me see if I can customize the name. Okay. So let's customize it. So this is the short link that we created right now for it. And this is also the QR code as well. Let me see if I can copy the QR code and see if I can share it in the comment section. So Bitly, instead of pasting that very long link, you can just simply share this very short link and it makes it look very professional. I don't know. Okay, yep. So why is this guy behaving like this? So let me see if I can paste it here. Okay. Let me. So I've shared the shortened form of the bit link. If any of you has a smartphone that can scan, if you scan on this bit link, on this QR code, it's going to show you the form that we created. So we can even use this QR code and share it with our customers to be able to do the customer survey, or they can use our link, or they can use the QR code, as the case may be. All right. So there's so much we can explore in Google Links. There's so much we can explore. We've just created a form right now. We've also had the project brief, and we have invited people to the project. So I want us to delve into Slack. I don't know how much you can be able to cover before a time elapses. So why is this guy coming up? Okay, so let's go into Slack. So Slack was the second one that we wanted to work on. This is slack.com. Are you guys still following me? Stanley, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
can hear
can.
you, sir.
I don't know. I should have asked, how is the class going? Are you all learning? Is it very insightful?
Yes, it's interesting.
Okay. So I was just focused on the hands-on because I wanted us to get a lot out of it before our time elapses. So if you check our stuff here, yes, so we have done this one. Let me see if I can move over to the next one. It's on 11. Now, we wanted to work on Slack. So Slack, basically use Slack for team communication. That's what we use Slack for. So we're going to create one right now. We're going to show you how to make use of mentions and DMs. So people use Slack for professional team communications. You see, all we're doing with the Google Docs, it was a little bit of add people are add. You can make conversations around the work on that Google Docs or on that project drive that we're working on. So we make use of Slack. So Slack is a professional team communication software or platform where teams can collaborate even in real time to work on work on things, right? So now we are here on Slack, right? I already created a project, but I want us to create a new workspace. So go to slack.com. go to slack.com. Just type in slack.com. So when you click on slack.com, I want you to click on create a new workspace. So we create a new workspace. It's going to ask for your email address. Use your own email address to start. But sometimes I like to use my email address that we have. So I click on Google, right? And I'm going to use my email address. And then I'll click on continue. So I want to create a new workspace now. What it did for me was to sign me in. I want to create a new workspace. So I want you to choose a name that you want to use for your workspace. So we're going to use Team Horizon. Because remember that our Google Drive had Team Horizon on it, right? But because I've opened one before, I'm going to just add maybe a dot so that it will not flag it as an error. So this is Team Horizon. Next thing you're going to do is, you see it has reflected here. So I'm going to click on next. My name is there already. You can add a picture. So I can add a picture. And I think I would want to invite some of you to. So I want to add a picture. So you use headshots. I want to use this one as my headshot. And I want to add to it. So I want to add my profile picture because I think that's okay to do. It's also very more professional to add your pictures to those ones, especially if it's a team project. But you can, or you can decide not to use it, right? So I can add a picture to my project. Then I click on next. So I want to add Stan. I think it's Peter Stan, right? 231 at gmail.com. I will invite them. Who else did we invite on the project? Let me copy. So I want to invite her to my project. She's a team member. I think we also had Abba. Turbo 4 engine. So I want to add him to my project as well. And I want to also add, who else have I not added? S. Abba. So I copy the email address and I add them. Oh, sorry, I don't have the name. It's not an email address. Oh, you can even add from Google Contacts. I don't want to go that route. It's going to take time. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, I still have them. So let me go back to the project brief. Okay, I have Sunday here. So I copy his email address. Oh, what did I do? Amazing. So I will send a copy invite. Oh, sorry, I can copy the link and send it into the team. For example, I can come here and say Slack. I think, let me see if I can stop suggesting. I've stopped. I'm editing now. So I can say Slack channel link. I'll add it here so that anybody who joins the team can simply use it to join. So I will go ahead and click on next to create our workspace. For now, we're going to continue with free. I think every person who I sent a link to would have received an invite. So you can decide, okay, how many people do we have on the team? For now, I can use 3 to 10 because we're just less than 10 people. And we want to use it to kick off a project. I want to use it to improve team communication. Whatever way you want to use, you can use it. For now, I can use kick off a project and then I will get started. So now, by this side, you can see a couple of things. There are things that are called channels. Channels are used for specific kinds of communication, right? Inside this channel, we have all Team Horizon, we have new channel, we have social, we have add channels. So I want to click on either add channels here, or I come here and I click on create a channel. So I click on this one and I click on general. I click on next. And I click on anybody who is in Team Horizon have access to this. So I'll click on it. It will create a general channel, right? And I'm adding all the 5 team members into the channel, into the general channel, right? So we have created a channel called general, but we don't know what general is. We need to add a description to what general is, right? So I can click on this. Let me do that again. We are inside the general channel. I click on general and we have the general name here. We have the channel name here. We have a topic. Let's say I want to edit it and this has to be, we want to discuss. I want to tell, so this thing tells people what the channel is all about. Discuss team, project, milestones. So you click on save. We have updated what the topic is. Now we update the description. What is the channel known for? So this channel is used to discuss about Team Horizons projects. You save it. If you want to leave the channel, you can click on leave channel, right? And another thing, starred is if there are specific posts on this given channel that are important to you that you want to come back to, you can star them, right? Then you can set a notification like we did on all new posts that come into this channel. It will come into your email address, right? So I can start it to say, I want to be notified of all new posts. Or I can say of just mentioned specifically to me. So I can leave it at all new posts and I leave. The next channel that we need to create is going to be, I'm trying to find it. Give me a minute. The next channel that we need to create is going to be, let's see, what's channel? Okay, cool. We create a new channel. Oh, somebody mentioned me. Okay, nobody mentioned me yet. So let's make a new channel called Project Horizon. And then we click on next. We click on create. We click on add all team members. We go here again and update the description of the channel, right? So we're going to use it to discuss project specific discussions and files. Project specific discussions and files. You click on create. So you see that it looks better. Of course, I have my notification set to all new posts. We create another channel called design. So we're going to use this channel to design things about the project. We add anyone in the Team Horizon to it. We click on create. We click on add. as usual, we go and update the description of the channel. The reason why we update the description is so that any new person who is joining can understand what the channel is. You don't have to give the person a separate teaching about it. So we click on edit and we say, this is where we'll find all our design assets, right? Feedback on designs and review of the designs by the team. So you click on save. We have saved it. We go. And then the final channel we're going to create is going to be random. So because we're a team, people can banter. Today is a World Cup final match. So if all of us are in Team Horizon, I will tell you that Ronaldo is my GOAT. But I don't expect to say that Ronaldo is my GOAT in our general channel or in our design channel because it's going to take people off the track. But I can be able to say that inside random, which is what I'm going to say. Ronaldo is my GOAT, right? I update it, the description as usual, to say these are off-topic conversations and team culture. We use it for team bonding. So I save it. So I can come here and make a message. I'll say, one good thing about Slack is that people make use of emojis very well. They make use of emojis very well. So I can come here and say, hi, everybody. My name is Samuel. Okay, I'm gonna use this one separately at another place. And okay. So okay, I could see Sunday Abba, he has joined. So I don't want to use this one here. So I'm gonna use this one inside general. So I'm gonna use that to make that inside general to see. Okay. So I send it here. If you're joining the channel, just write something there. Write something on the channel to say. But I want you all to know that Ronaldo is my GOAT. I'll go and look for GOAT. This GOAT. Ronaldo is the GOAT. I type it. Ronaldo is the GOAT. So this is just basically some of the things you can do around this ones. Then some people have already sent me direct messages. So Omoto Jeffet has sent me a message, right? And there's something I want to show you all here. You can set your notification, right? You can set your notification. If I don't want people to disturb me, sometimes I do this. I don't want people to just send me a random message when it's not within the time frame. So you can, I want to see where I can be able to do that. Let's see. This is history. So this is me here. I can edit my profile. I can say this thing is going to be team lead. I can say Samuel team lead. Okay. Okay, I can save changes. I want to change my notification because now I'm currently online and people can see me. But I want to change that. Yes. Let me see. Automations, tabs. No, that's not what I want to do because I don't want. Yes, it's here. Yep. So sometimes you don't want people to disturb you. Maybe you're having lunch and you don't want someone sending you a message about work. Maybe from 12 to 1, you can come here, see where I hovered to downstairs here, and click on this place. And I want to update my status, right? I can tell them I'm in a meeting or I'm working remotely today. So I'll click on in a meeting, remove status after 4 hours, and then I'll save it. Boom. It told them that I was originally active, but it told them that I'll be working remotely until 6:40 p.m. today. So if I'm no longer working or I'm away, I will click on this and I'll set myself away. So the reason why we do this is sometimes so that people can also respect your privacy. So if you're away, you do it so that nobody will think you are online and send you a message and you don't respond. So there are a lot of things that we can also do, but I'm going to pause here for today. We don't have time to go into Zoom. I'm going to stop here today so that if there are any questions somebody needs to take, we can be able to take it because we are way above time.
Wow. Wow. I was just typing on the WhatsApp group chat. You have saying that you are
Yeah.
wonderful. Oh, this your class. I mean, I think if you ask me, I would rate it one of the best so far. Normally, I told them that we are supposed to end by 2:30, and this is 2:41.
Yes.
I'm supposed to go and watch ball, but at some point I said, let me just allow you to flow because it's actually
Okay.
going well. And these guys may not understand some of these things, and until they get into work, they will understand. But
Exactly.
most of them, I'm sure that most of them are following up. These things to gain this kind of skills, you know how much you pay. I remember, I think in 2023 that I did project management skills, this thing. Although I did that course on scholarship, I won Google scholarship and then I did it. So one of the persons in the class, we did that program for I think 3 months. One of the persons I was in the class, I asked him, he said that he paid about $2,000 something, about 2002. That's what he paid. But I got
Yeah.
that certification free because I won a scholarship. I wrote the essay and then I was selected in the scholarship. So some of these things you guys may not understand. You see how this guy did, and most of these things he's teaching you guys is something that I am conversant with because I have been working in organizations in industry, and we be like in where I'm currently working, we are working with teams. I'm even a project manager for one of the projects we are handling. I got one tool for them. I'm the one handling. So most of the things we are doing there is this. These are the things. This is how they work here. For you to get top job in America or in any country of the world, this is it. There is nothing else. These are the things. You need to learn how to handle some of these tools. You need to have this. But 5 persons, 10 persons are working in the same worksheet, and nobody tells you what to do. Like for instance, now tomorrow is work. When I get to office tomorrow, we have a worksheet like this. When I get there, I just go there and then I will see messages, just like these messages that this guy is typing here. I'll see messages. Stanley,
Yeah.
send an email to. Nobody sends you in an industry. Nobody sends you. Your boss does not send you mails to do. There's a worksheet. Once you come, you see the one you're supposed to do. They will give you instruction. As soon as you arrive, you will start working on that instruction. Sometimes my boss even send do some of those things over the weekend. And sometimes I used to ask, does this woman even sleep? So, but when I wake up, when I come to work on Monday morning, I will see her instructions on the worksheet. Then I will start doing it. And whatever I'm doing, she's seeing it from her end. That is how the time, whether you are actually working or not. Because whatever you do here has date and time.
Yeah.
So you can't even cheat the system. That's just the thing. You cannot cheat the system because there is a worksheet. Once you come work, you log in with your email and password. I have email and password. I log in, I start working. So if I claim that I worked yesterday, But they got to the worksheet and they didn't see anything of that date of yesterday. And anything you're doing, it will be written by they will say Stanley did this. If it is Uche did this. So we don't do roll call or those things that they normally do in Nigeria. You sign in and you sign out. Those no. It is from the worksheet that they know whether you worked or not. And that is why people can easily work from home. So if you're working from home, nobody is coming to check whether you are working or not. The only thing they know whether you worked or not is the worksheet. Because the worksheet has the time you started working and when you ended your work. So I think Uche has a lot to say. Samuel has a lot to say, but we have a limited time. And already, although we still have him again. I think Sam, we are recycling. I think we are recycling you again in another class. I think 15th of August or so. I'll check.
Oh yeah,
I'll
we
check
need to
that this
confirm.
thing. So probably we will have more time to for you. But then there's something I want us to do now. We talk, and as people can see, this class is more of practical class. And when this class was going on, we asked people to send email address, and I think 3 persons sent email address. That email address, you 3 of you now have this worksheet that we created. Now, I'm going to discuss with Samuel after now. I will discuss with him. We will find an assignment, a project that we will specifically give to you for you guys to do on this worksheet. And those 3 persons are the people we're going to work with. The only 3 people see, let me tell you people. So, when we started this project or these classes, we told you guys that we are willing to give people prizes at the end of the class, but we didn't tell you people how we're going to do that. This is part of the ways. During the class, asked people should put down their email addresses, and we saw only 3 people. We believe that those 3 people are the 3 people that are ready and active and are ready to. So we work with those 3 people. I will discuss with Samuel on the background. We'll see what we can do so that if they do it well, they win some of our prizes. Some of you are just interested in the certificate we promised to give to you guys in this course. But for me, that certificate is just certificate. What you've learned here is more important than the certificate. I'm happy to see most of you gain, like you can get a job while you are at home. A lot of people, I know at least 2 of my friends who are in Nigeria now, they are working in this US, but they are in Nigeria. They got a job and they are working from home, from Nigeria. So we will be doing some of these things. So at the end of the day, we're going to give those 3 persons, a project to do on this worksheet, so that we'll see whether they actually learned. They have actually learned what we taught them today. So if they do it well, we will work with them. And at the same time, recently I started a new. I have a new organization that I just started now. I started a new company, and that is a consulting company. It's my personal consulting company, and I just registered it I think last month. And by next month, I'm recruiting new people that I'm going to be working with. You can work with me from anywhere in the world. So I have already gotten an IT person who have created a website for us. We are kicking that company off by August. So as we move on, I will still select people that I need in my company from among you guys. I hope to see somebody that I can work with from among you guys. But if I don't see, we'll throw out the application outside. People that apply, we'll conduct interviews, and then I'll take those I want to take. Is a consulting company that I'm starting up as a HR practitioner, and we've created an account. We have a website now. We are yet to launch those. We are still working on the background, but we're going to launch it very soon. We've gotten our registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria. We are still working to register it here in the US. And the company, we are hoping to start it and we'll get some people from there. So all of these things are the things we need. What we are looking for are serious people that after this program, when you go out there, it's not about the certificate. It's about what you're giving. A white man does not care about your certificate. Now very soon I'm going to get a PhD, but it is not what they're going to take me with. What they're going to take me with is the skill that I have. In fact, most of the internship that I have worked with, I didn't even present my PhD. Is just a paper. The reason they took me most of those jobs because I had some certifications. I had certification in HR, I had certification in project management, I have about 4 to 5 certifications. And I have a lot of skills. And some of them, they will even give you a practical thing to do in the interview. I have gone to an interview, they just gave me a worksheet like this and said I should do something. There and there, I was sharing my screen. And I did it and I passed it. So most times they don't even need to come and ask you what is this or what is that. They give you a practical thing in the interview. And when you're giving it and you're not able to do it, they don't care about you. They don't care about the certificate you have. And like I told you guys, in Edu Africa, in as much as we always want first class, second class, upper to sponsor them in some of these applications, we can actually pay application fee for somebody that is even with 2-2. Because most schools, they don't care about your class of degree. Yes, I'm a first class. I graduated with first class, but I'm not a first class a freak. If I see somebody who is a 2-2, I don't, because I made a first class does not mean I must take a first class. First class, a lot of people have first class, but they cannot do anything. If I depended on my first class, maybe by then I would have still been in Nigeria. Maybe by now I would have been in one shop. I can good for somebody. But I didn't depend on my first class. I continued to do certifications until I got what gave me the scholarship that I've been getting since I came to US. So these are the things we are training you guys to learn. Learn a skill. Forget about your class of degree. What matters. Let it not be that I'm trying to talk down on people with first class. If I talk down, that means I'm talking down on myself too. Yeah, but no be certificate we dey take job. Now what you if you do, you enter a company, what are you able to do? What have you, like the company that I did internship with, this they gave me the best intern of the year because I came there, I created something new they didn't know about. So if you come to a company, you must change something before you leave that company so that you leave a lasting impression. So thank you so much, Uche. You have really done. In fact, I'm grateful to you. You have really shown that you're a PhD candidate in AI. And I'm happy that you did all of this today. We'll be happy to have you again, I think on 15th. I don't know, I can't remember, but I think we have you sometime down again to come to teach on another topic on AI. Maybe by then you can still have time maybe to go into Zoom and all of that, how people work with Zoom and all of that. There are so many things in this Zoom that we are now that a lot of you don't even know. And we are learning these tools on a daily basis. We're learning it on a daily basis. So thank you so much, Samuel. The class was practical and we are going to work with those. I'm going to discuss with you, like I said. These 3 persons are Chidemma Chinwendu, Abba Sunday, and this Tubo engineer is not a good decent. You have to give us a better email. Okay, it's a Motosho
Yeah, I
anyway.
think I saw Motosho.
I know a Motosho. Motosho I know a Motosho. He's a good guy. So yeah, so we're gonna work with you guys and see what we can. We'll give you guys projects. So thank you so much, and thank you guys for being here today. Like I always say, we don't need crowd. What we need is few persons that will go home with something. At the end of this, our 12 weeks event, we'll be happy on our closing ceremony. We're going to honor some people. And then even after that closing ceremony, there are some people that we're going to work with going forward. And like I told you guys, I have a company that I just registered recently, and I would need to recruit people into that company. And it is what you have, because that company is not like I kept money somewhere. You are the one that will work out money for that company. We are going to build the company together. but I need to see what you have, and then we build together and we make money from there. It's a paid, the company is not what we do in Edu Africa is like free, because we sometimes get people who sponsor some of the things we do here. But the company is my initiative. My initiative. You are going to pay for it. I'm going to give out what I have. And I'm going to work with people that have initiative so that we make money from our initiative. Because that is what government is not. If you're waiting for government to come and pay you now, then you are in trouble. So the young people, you need to go out there and fight for yourselves. Don't wait for government. Nobody's giving you any job anywhere. There's no job anywhere, in fact. So work out your salvation in trembling and in fear. Let me use the word of Christians. Yeah. So thank you so much. We've taken a note of attendance of today for people that attended today. Class rep, we would have selected a class rep for this class today, but we're going to do that next week. And then at the end, Pascal just created a Google Sheet. So all the class reps, you're going to be taking attendance, and we are going to give you guys access to that Google Sheet where you'll be putting the attendance for each class. So later, Pascal and I will get you guys involved in that, and how we give us your email. So by the time we get all the class reps, for yesterday's research class, we already have 2 class reps. For the second class, graduate school class, right, that is writing skills class, we will announce the 2 persons for it. I think we already have people, but I will discuss with Precious so that we organize and announce 2 persons for it. So it's remaining classroom for this particular class. So by next week, we will select class rep for this AI class. So by the time we select, we'll now tell you guys what to be doing. Most times you will be the one that will coordinate and manage the class. All right, this is time for us to go and watch ball. I had wanted us to close like 30 minutes before now, but
my bad.
as you can see, I've dressed up for the ball. I'm going to my friend's place. We're going to be there and watch and I pray that I'm saying that Spain will win. If you want to join me on this, yeah. I'm not sure. Yes, you see, I'm not sure. You and I, we are on the same team. So I'm in Team Spain. So yeah, all of you, go and enjoy yourselves.
Yes, I'm Team Spain.
I'm not sure. Yes,
We are all in Spain.
Yeah. I want Spain to win. I'm going to watch that football with my friends now. Go and enjoy yourselves, and we see you guys.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm not sure you're greeting somewhere. Yeah. I don't know if Samuel is still here. It's like someone has run away.
Yeah, Mr. Stanley, that my turbo email, I just put my email in the chat box. This is Jeff.Motosho. That turbo is created for some trainings like that. But this is my official email.
Yeah, we prefer official email. Is the turbo what we have been using to send you email since we started?
No. This is the one you're using to be sending me, Jeff.
Okay. I think I will go to the spreadsheet where we have you guys' name and take down them and replace it with. I will remove that turbo and
Thank you.
the email.
Turbo, yes.
Because there's something I want us to do as a team. So we work together. All right. I wish you guys a happy Sunday and enjoy the World Cup. We will talk about it more maybe next week. And enjoy the rest of your week.